This weekend, tennis returns to the Pac-12 network. It's our first women's broadcast Sunday when the 5th-ranked Cal Bears go across the bay to face top 10 Stanford.
Yeah, and I actually happen to know a guy calling that match, so to help him get some insider info, make him look smart, we invited the Bears sophomore star to be our guest tonight on Sports Report, Maegan Manasse. Thanks for joining us. Now, last week on the show, we mentioned how you found out that you were the new #1 in the latest ITA poll. Can you, in your own words, share exactly how that all played out?
Well, I was actually in the middle of my class, and class just ended, and I was about to walk over to my next class, and I got a text from one of my friends saying, "Oh, congratulations on the new ranking," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize the rankings came out today." So I decided to look on the internet, on the ITA website, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Oh my gosh, I was freaking out, and I was literally walking to my class, and I was just in disbelief, and I didn't know anyone around me, and I wanted to just hug someone.
You should have. You should have.
I probably should have.
Where's Oski when you need him?
Oh, I know, right?
Well, your family name is very well known around college tennis circles. You had 2 older sisters play collegially, one of them at Cal. Give us a sense for the family ladder, the challenge ladder, and how that came about growing up.
Well, my sisters are both pretty significantly older than me, so I never played with Stephanie, who played at Cal for a year. But if I ever hit with Rachel, who's 5 years older than me, we would hit, but we would never play any competitive matches because it wouldn't end well. We would just get mad at each other. But I mean, plus she would just hit with me for fun, but either way it would just end badly. But now if we're playing now. We'll have so much fun. It's a different story now compared to when we were younger.
So who's the best sister? I mean, I'm assuming they never had #1 ranking.
Well, we still haven't actually played a set or a match, so I can't tell you who the best is. But
right,
I'm sure
diplomatic.
it'd be fun.
That's very diplomatic of you. And Maegan, I read a great article the other day about the influence that your mom had on you and your sisters growing up, and all that she gave up as a single mom to really develop your tennis careers. What has been her reaction to all your success this season?
Oh, she is just incredibly happy. I talk to her all the time, and she's just telling me how great I'm doing. And if I'm struggling with something in practice, then she'll be there to support me and everything. And it's great having her there with me all the time.
In college athletics, there's this dreaded phrase, the sophomore slump. You've completely turned that around. You've had a sophomore surge. How have you made such progress between year 1 and year 2?
Well, I think definitely #1 is fitness. And after my freshman year, over the summer, I worked really hard on my fitness to get back on track and to make sure that I was at my top ability. And then I just worked on my game a lot this summer. Worked on setting up the points and just improving all the little things, and it really helped and worked out really well.
Now, Maegan, my goal on the show is to make my co-host look smarter than he actually is some days. And as I mentioned, he is calling your match from the farm on Sunday. Do you have any nuggets, 1 or 2 things you could kind of tell him to make him look a little bit smarter, look like he knows what he's talking about?
Well, I guess you could say that I love my forehand, so you could say that I set up all the points with my forehand, and definitely something that I'm looking to work on, especially in the big matches, looking to come into the net and finish the point off at the net.
I'm doing your work for you, always.
She makes it very easy, but it's going to take a lot more than 1 or 2 nuggets, unfortunately, Maegan, for Sunday. But I look forward to seeing you over on the farm nonetheless. Maegan, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you so much for having me.